Hello there, all you hardcores out there, and all you haters and trolls. How are you all doing? Big Porky here. I'm just taking my birthday present for a blast. What do you reckon? I reckon it suits me. And I'm going to talk about the Frank Warren legal action that he's taken against the Massachusetts Boxing Athletic, whatever, the Boxing Commission. Only Frank Warren could take legal action against somebody that's failed a drug test. Now I know we can argue toss about what type of governing bodies doing drug tests, BARDA, USADA, UK or UCAD or British Boxing Board of Control, or it's all a mess, isn't it? Bottom line is he's failed the test. Now, has Billy Joe Saunders took it, or has somebody give him it? Somebody's to blame, aren't they? That's as far as I'm concerned, somebody's to blame. Now, I don't think it's good. And I also don't think it's good for Billy, to be honest, because he's going to be gutted, isn't he? But what can you do? People are saying it's karma, and that Billy's, he's upset a lot of people, but bottom line is this: Billy Joe Saunders is a travelling kid, right? He's undefeated, British, Commonwealth, European, world champion. He's undefeated, and he's had his belt took off him out at ring. So the champion, Andrade, is a plastic champion, isn't he? Paper champion. Tyson Fury, British, Commonwealth, European, Irish champion and world champion. I think Billy might even have an Irish belt as well, I'm not sure, but Tyson, undisputed champion. He's not lost his belts in ring. He's had his belts took off him. So what? When's it going to stop? When's this going to stop? When are we going to have one governing body for all these tests? I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. Like shifts this, man, Jesus. Look at that. Woo! 110 already. Woo! I don't know. I think that deep down Billy Joe Saunders has got to be thinking, how on earth did him and Frank Warren ever let Eddie Hearn get the better of them? Now, why were they even working with Eddie Hearn? Because whenever they work together, there's problems, isn't there? You've had the John Ryder fight with Billy Joe, there were no problems there, but a couple of people thought John Ryder won. I personally thought Billy Joe beat him. Then you had the Bradley Skeet fight with Eggington. Barry Hearn had a £5 bet on that. Go. See what 0 to 60 we can do it in. Go. Go on. 7.5. Doing better than that. No, seriously. I think that Billy's got to be thinking, how on earth did they ever get the better of him? Bradley Skeet and Eggington, John Ryder and Billy Joe, and there's another fight as well. I'm trying to think of the other one. Is it Frankie Gavin Eggington? So 3 fights, no problem. 4th fight, Billy Joe, Frank Warren, big money in America. Frank's out of his jurisdiction. Look what's happened. And the WBO have played a part in that as well. And I've got a theory on it, and this is what I think. I think the WBO have looked at the situation and they've thought, you know what? Billy Joe Saunders, he's had 3 defences in 3 years on this belt. 3 in 3 years. And I think they thought, you know what? We're going to listen to Eddie Hearn, who's saying to us we're going to have 3 every year. That's 9 every 3 years. Now Andrade's just fought October. Eddie Hearn's played his trump card and he's saying he's having him out January. November, December, Jan, that's 3 months. So he's on for getting out 4 times a year. I doubt Andrade will be out January, but Eddie's just saying that. So WBO have got a teaser there thinking, oh, we're getting him out again. If it were Billy Joe, he'd be looking at August if he'd have fought last overnight. It's all mental. It's all Eddie's working them. He's trying to worm his way in with WBO now. Frank Warren's got a bit of clout with them, but has he? Has he got clout? We've had Billy Joe vacate, haven't they? Has he got as much clout as he thought he had? Now Frank Warren has just had a show. Frank Warren has just had a show in a leisure centre. He's had a show in a leisure centre, right, in Brentwood, and it all kicked off. Billy Joe's not got a belt, Tyson's not got a belt, and Dubois has just gone 12 rounds with Kevin Johnson, hasn't he? Right, so he's not ready yet, is he? Gorman's not ready. Frank's talking Gorman up against Dubois as a 40,000 arena fight. What? I've never even heard. Dubois to me ain't got no personality. He needs to start coming out of his shell and saying something. He can fight, yeah, but he's 21, isn't he? So he's got a long way to go. But he can fight, yeah. So can Gorman, but they're not going to do 40,000. Tyson Fury Wilder won't do 40,000, I don't think. I don't know, maybe a rematch if Tyson beats him. But we can go on forever saying if only, if only, if only. The moral of the story at the moment is this: Eddie Hearn is #1 boxing promoter in world boxing. Like it or lump it, he's never had a blip in his life. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he's basically never had any problems in his life. He's never had to go through any hardship, and that's why a lot of people in boxing industry don't like Eddie Hearn. But they're not going to say it either. They're not going to say a word. They're not going to say I don't like him, because they want to get the fighters out there. Look, I know loads of people that ain't got time of day for him, but he's got a lot of power at the moment. Eddie Hearn knows what it is, doesn't he? He's born into money. He's never had any hardships. And boxers like Tony Bellew and other people are going to blow bubbles at him. Why are they going to do that? Bellew's his mouthpiece, isn't it, for anything? Everything Hearn, Bellew's his mouthpiece. They're going to blow bubbles at him for the simple reason they want to get on Sky and they want to get to pay-per-view. I mean, how did Tony Bellew get pay-per-view? He started kicking off and screaming and ranting and raving, and every time he went near Nathan Cleverly, he was carrying off like a banshee, and still didn't do any sales. But he got his son out there, didn't he? Which attracted him to the Rocky franchise. He ended up with a very tiny. Nearly pulled out of me, didn't she? Then he ended up with a very small part in a Rocky franchise film, Creed. And then from there he's gone on from strength to strength, hasn't he? European title, he won a world title. He's only had 4 world title fights, Tony Bellew. He's gone 2-2 in world title fights. He's had 3 pay-per-views, he's on his 4th next. But he's not beat a champion. But he's worked his ticket outside the ring. He says things to get people going, doesn't he? A bit like myself. And he's worked his ticket, hasn't he? So I can't knock that, I admire that. But if you want to pull his CV to death, I can sit and talk with you all day. He's not beat a champion. And he's got 3 wins over world champions. 2 were over peg leg. David Hayes shot to bits age 38, age 37 and 38. And cleverly he was dragged up 25 pounds. So his CV's piss poor. Let me say that again. Piss poor. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, he's done well. He's secured his family's future. He keeps telling us in every interview he's got 10 houses that he rents out and he lives in lives in one himself. But good luck to you, Tony. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting on and having nice things in life. We all work hard to get nice things. Or we all make smart moves. You know, if somebody had said to me a few years ago, you'll make smart moves in your life, I'd have laughed because I was going off at rails, but I just bought myself a 4-year-old Merc. It's from being smart and using my loaf. Alright, I've got a brain up here, use it. That goes for anybody out there who wants to get on in life. Use your brain, think and try. Now when I started this channel, everybody were laughing at me, weren't they? No, it'll not last, blah de blah. Well, I were aiming for 100,000 views in a year. I did that in 10 months and I wasn't even trying. And in the last 5 weeks I've done 82,000 views in 5 weeks, and that's with just trying a little bit. Just trying, just a little bit, you know, jotting a few things down on a big writing pad every day and then doing a bit of filming every other day. And now that it's trust me, things are happening. But and people don't want things to happen. You should be crazy not wanting that. You should want this channel to be out there because I'm the alternative news to the bullshit that you're all being fed. I'm going to give you my take on it. Now, like it or lump it, I'm here to stay. And all them people who keep saying, oh, I'm gonna fail, or they're gonna stop my channel, or this and that, spurring me on. But I'm not special. I'm just a porky, chunky kid, aren't I? Or man, 48-year-old man with a camera and an old knackered Alesis trackie on that I keep wearing because it's comfy. But other than that, things are going great for the channel and I'm happy. And thanks for supporting me, all you followers. I'm flattered. Some of the questions that I've had are brilliant and I'm going to go through them all later on tomorrow, but today I've got things to do. I'm now going out for lunch. And I've got a meeting here with somebody who wants to have a chat about something. It could be anybody, could it? Could be a trolley to smash my head in. But I think he's alright, I've checked him out. Well, that looks a bit tight, doesn't it? I might have to use the reverse camera on dash, what do you reckon? I keep looking out back like that because there's these little lights come on into the roof and it tells you if you're close, and then you don't need to deal with that there, just look through that, but it takes some getting used to. But thanks very much to Frank Smith for the car. It's fantastic, Frank. I want to get in here, am I? Tight. Oh, there's a spot up there, I think. No, there isn't, is there? Oh, there is. Is there around there? Yeah. Yeah, one there. No. No, what side of that? No, there isn't, is there? This is what you get here. Full of old biddies, innit? I'll have to. Oh, look at this, they're all coming in here. Where do they expect people to park? I'm glad I didn't get a BM now. I'll have to revert. Do you know what? We're creatures of habit. I prefer to look out the back window, so that camera thing on dash thing, that it's all immaterial to me. Should we go over to Gainsborough instead of here? Or Bawtry's? God, it's low, innit? Feel that? If I park on front, hang on a minute. Oh, somebody behind me. I'll just take you in there for a bag of chips. Chips and bits. Get some chips and bits. I mean, there's a good chippy down here. Down there. I prefer to sit down, I'm starving. I'll just park up front there, what do you reckon? Yeah. The up front. I'll tell you what, let's just go up to Wickersley. We'll go up to Wickersley. Let's go up to Wickersley. Other than that, I think that getting back to Billy Joe Saunders, I think he's going to be in a bad place at the moment, and I feel for him, but I don't feel for some of his behaviour. And some people could say he had it coming, but we're talking boxing here. You know, it doesn't really affect me how Billy Joe Saunders behaves outside boxing. You've got to be crazy to be in boxing anyway. I must be crazy myself doing this at times, but he's not lost his belts in ring. Now, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't think he'd have took out anyway, but he's failed it, and it's in his system. So his team as a whole have to take responsibility. Billy should be cracking whip if somebody's given him something and he's lost it. They should be cracking whip. Somebody's to blame. It's either Dominic Ingle or one of them others around him. Somebody's to blame if it isn't Billy. Now I'd be cheesed off. Who's to say that Kell Brook hasn't thought, do you know what? Am I going to end up taking something here by accident or something? It leaves a bad stigma, doesn't it? There's a cloud of it, Jim. And I thought Dominic's interview were quite cocky on IFL. It was a bit, I don't know, a bit mardy. But that's up to him, innit? If he wants to come out with that. But I just thought it was a bit mardy. But I didn't think he handled the interview good. He should have just come out with it. Everybody knows that John Fuchs has flown out to Fuerteventura to train Kell Brook. Now, if Dominic's in denial, so be it. But if he hadn't spoke to Kell, he hadn't spoke to him. But sometimes fighters just don't speak to you. He might have texted him, but did Coogan say have you spoke to him? He said no, I've not spoke to him. He might have texted him, or somebody else might have done, but because he's not heard it from Kell, whatever, but looks like they're finished. It's a shame, but you have to move on, don't you? Dominic's got a gym full up there. They've made millions out of boxing. He's not in poorhouse, is he? He's had a good run. But bottom line is this, in my opinion, Dominic Ingle should have gone after the Triple G fight. Putting him in with Triple G, eh? Kill a middleweight, and he's putting Kell in with a welterweight. Come on. Kell's a welterweight, so he's going in with a middleweight. No good, as far as I'm concerned. Not good. Then next fight after that, Errol Spence, more or less finished him off, didn't it, mentally? So I don't agree with it. I think Kell needs to rebuild as a light middleweight. If he's got John Fuchs on board, and it's looking like he has because he's flown out there, start afresh as a light middleweight, go through rankings and build your sen up. If you have to fight Charlo's Kell, fight him. If you have to fight Erd, any of them other guys, fight them. You're saying you're a light middleweight, you've been in with Triple G, so what can they do to you? That's my opinion, I'm entitled to it. Shout out to K Official, sponsors, Justin at Tea Leaf Company, Ali Churchill's Tailors, where we've been today. Got my shirts ready for Bulgaria, thank you very much. Shout out to Wheel at Colourworks and Marnus at Charnwood Kitchens. I think that's about it really. Things are going fantastic with channel. I'm not just saying that because they're not, trust me, they are, so be happy for me and want me to do well, because I want everybody to do well, as long as they go about it the right way, not trampling on me. Peace out, keep on trucking.